Morning folks, we are back. Welcome back to the track. Now, a couple of weeks ago I uploaded a video of my Scalextric Lamborghini Gallardo that I bought as scrap value basically, and I took it over to Gary Skip's workshop to have a second performance upgrade done, which was basically having a new set of tyres and the ride height lowering to what was the best possible ride height. And since then, what I did do was take the car back home, but I didn't actually film a test run on it because at that point in time I hadn't actually done any benchmark lap times, so I wanted to get some benchmark lap times in so that we could compare it with my other cars. So what I decided to do was wait until Gary came round to the track so he could see for himself how fast that car went since he'd done his stage 2 upgrade, and that is what we're going to see today. And so now we've got the Lambo back. I've withheld from driving it until Gary was here to actually see it for himself and obviously be able to help me with the filming of it. So the Lambo now has its new tyres, as you saw earlier, slightly lower ride height on it as well because it sits better on the track.
You can see the light coming through the air gap of the front tyres, and it's just touching on the outside edge, so it's perfect.
So what I'm going to do, as usual, before doing a lap test, we're going to drive it round. So let's just take her round and see what we think. Now straight away, I can tell you immediately, if you compare this to the previous videos, there is no tail slide. It just absolutely sticks. I can absolutely guarantee you that this will be faster. In fact, I'll be amazed if it isn't. It's not only because it's sitting better on the track, but it's actually gripping. Oh, you know, that's where I've got to be careful. So this is when things like this happen. You see, the thing is, because it will no longer slide around the corners, it's going to do a slight off, I think. So I'm having to realise that it can no longer slide into the corners. Before I was cheekily getting away with sliding it through the corners. So I'm going to have to be a little bit more careful, but as you can see, power's going on now. Should be a fast time. Okay, right, I'm going to set up the lap timer and we're going to do 10 laps with the new tyres. Here we go then, 10 laps, new tyres, counting me in. And we're off. Feeling confident. Don't want to have an off on the dip slot this time. We are getting a little bit of back end slide, just a little bit, but that is something I don't mind having. That was a fast one. Yes, it's gripping a lot better. Just enough slide, but not too much. It certainly feels faster, put it like that. There we go, that's the 10 laps. It's now time to find out how fast this car went around the track. Now what I'm going to do is quickly reference the last speed. So previously it was 1 minute 25.22 and the fastest was 8.14, and it's sub 1 minute. That's phenomenal. That is just I cannot believe how much faster that is. So that's sub 1 minute to go around the track. It's almost like it's a completely different car, just from changing the tyres and lowering the ride height. And let's have a look at the fastest time. So previously it was 8.14. This time it's going to be 5.54. That's phenomenal. So that's a sub 6 second lap. Phenomenal improvement. I would never have believed that you could make this car go that fast by simply changing the tyres and slightly lowering the ride height. That's just incredible. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, there you have it, folks. These upgrades are definitely worth doing given the results that I'm seeing on my track. Okay, so I've completed my 10 lap run, but Gary's here and he's been filming this for me. He's the guy who did the upgrade, and as you all know, Gary is a much better driver than I am with these slot cars. He races professionally with these, so I thought it would be interesting to do a test to see how much faster, if at all, he can get round this track than I can. Of course, Gary gets to have a warm-up just like I did, so he's going to have a little drive round and see how he stacks up. Oh dear, oh dear.
That was not driver error.
Mind you.
That was just colossal understeer.
I did exactly the same thing. So don't feel, disappointed. But then again, I'm rubbish at it. I think I drove this car quite well, so I'm going to be interested to see. I mean, yeah, it's going fast. There's definitely, and we're off again. So that dit slot carousel,
no, I was pushing it that
is
time.
Dangerous. Yeah, I think we can assume, because as I say, I slid off there as well. The dit slot carousel is dangerous. Okay, so this is it then. 10 laps of the track. Gary driving this time on the modified new tyres, low ride height. Good start. That's smooth. I have to say, while I'm watching this car go around now, when I look back to when I first bought it, and how it used to slide around. In fact, it didn't even go at all. The back axle fell out. Look at it now. 2 upgrades later, and this car is now, I think, as good as most tuned pro cars, or well on the way. It really is amazing watching it go. It's so smooth. And that engine sounds really good. Okay, he's done the 10 laps. This is it. This is the moment of truth. We're about to find out how fast he did it. So, 54.42 seconds is the time he set, which is faster than mine. It was mine 56, I think. I'm trying to remember the numbers now. We'll have to look back and I'll bring the numbers up on the screen. But that's definitely faster than me. I think my fastest lap time was 5, below 6, wasn't it? It's in the 5s, late 5s I think it was. So let's see how fast Gary did it in. I think mine was 5.96, I think. I'll bring it up on the screen though. 5.31. Well, either way, I can definitely say that's faster than mine. So there you have it. I'm absolutely astounded at that result, and you might be too, to see that this Scalextric Lamborghini, which was bought as a scrap value car, where the bodywork was patched up by my friend Jeff, and some upgrades were done by Gary with his stage 1 and stage 2 updates to the car, has actually made that car the fastest car on my track. That basically means that that car is now faster, or at least as fast as, the 2 NSR cars that I've got in my collection, which are basically out of the box proper fast track cars, and that car is now faster than both of those, or at least as fast as those. So it just goes to show that you can take a car of pretty well any brand, upgrade it with a few basic tuning points, and turn it into a very fast competitive car. So I hope you've enjoyed that video. Lots more stuff to come, and yeah, thanks very much for watching. Take care, and we'll catch you in the next one.